This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Alright, hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to me looking into a new individual who's not that new to you guys. Or me, really, honestly. But I will say this. I don't know a lot about Jaebae. I know that Jaebae is Jaebae, obviously. I know that Jaebae kind of came onto the scene with her passenger of size petition where she wanted to force she's the one that started the whole like airlines should be giving passengers of size free airplane seats because they're fat. Sure, why not? um and that was kind of sensational, and it did what it was supposed to do. It got Jaebae attention, and everybody was talking about it, and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" And I mean, it did what it was supposed to do. So good job. And that was pretty much it. I do remember that Jaebae came out not long after that and came out with a video about how hotels needed to basically completely restructure themselves so that their hallways were larger and their doorways were bigger, and they had to carry towels that would wrap around people who were bigger, and just a whole bunch of dumb shit that was already part of regulations for hotels, that especially new hotels, and that older hotels were actually exempt from because they were basically grandfathered out of it. And if you paid attention to this kind of shit, you would know that. I knew that, and I'm not even a hotel person, but here we are. But yeah, so I remember that was another thing. I know that Jaebae does a lot of kind of dumb shit to get attention. Now, what I know of Jaebae is she is a fat acceptance, fat liberation personality, activist, if you will. She's part of that group of people. She had a pretty active TikTok, I think, at one point. Do I have her TikTok ready to go? Yeah, it's where she basically has a lot of videos of her traveling and going places. And it really, honestly, when I started scrolling through here, though, it really doesn't look like she's got that many videos of her really going places. It looks like it's really just her in the same place. She's just got like different lighting behind her and like changes her shirt. So she's like pulling an Amber Lynn. Um, and then she's got like this one here. She's protesting the airport. Um, I think she went to go play mini golf. Here she went to go get her hair done. Uh, uh, this is her. This is where she seems to record the most, honestly. Operation Fat Liberation. Went boxing. Went to got her nails done. I think she's giving her eyebrows waxed. I don't know. This is again her in her room. Her in her room. She's out on the waterfront, but she's out on the waterfront here because she's got a little bike. This little bike here. This is the same footage. These two videos, as you can see with the costumes there. So a lot of these videos look like they're just little clips from larger videos that she just kind of hacks up and puts up. Now, this is her Jaebae official TikTok. As per Sam at Every Size, it appears that Jaebae has at least 3 accounts. Now, she might have 3 different TikTok accounts as well. I'm just looking at the Jaebae official account, and this is part of the jaebaeproduction.com link tree, if one will. And this is the link library for that. There's a lot here. A lot. And yeah, there's a lot here. But this is all Jaebae production Linktree stuff. So if you want to go sign the Fat Equality Bill of Rights, you can do that. If you want to sign the Body Equality Travel petition, I can read, I promise. You can do that. You can learn about Jay's mission. You can shop Big Fat Mattress. You can look at plus size travel resources. Check out the Fat Community Glossary. Plus size community census findings. That's a thing. All right. Book your stay at Tahini Village. Tahiti. I can read. Support and resources, places where you can connect with her through various social medias. I think this is, yeah, no way. Anyway, you know, places to connect with Jaebae. From what I understand with Jaebae, she is, look, just as somebody who's looking from the outside at Jaebae, she's a fat activist who wants attention. All right. That's what it seems to be. Jaebae appears to be a fat activist who wants to be she wants to be a fat travel vlogger, and I don't think it's going that well. I don't think it's going that well for her. So before we get too far into everything, thank you to everybody who's been supporting the blog. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. YouTube's been pushing memberships a lot lately, so you will notice that there is a new level of membership. If you would like, go check that out. And YouTube. I know I'm screwing myself with that, but whatever. And there's that. And there, what else was I going to say? Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe before we get too far into this. And that's pretty much all I've got. So I know that Jaebae has recently been the talk of the town because Jaebae has recently found herself in some legal trouble because Jaebae has been, I don't know if she's still incarcerated, but she did find herself arrested and I think held for a little while for the misuse of the 911 emergency system and resisting arrest. And it had to do with something, with a fallout between herself and her domestic partner at the time. I'm fully aware that they are not together, I would hope. They are no longer together. I am not privy to the exact details of what occurred exactly. And I became aware of this through a channel called Polaris. Let me see if I can dig that one up. Okay, I actually became aware of Jaebae's problems through a small channel. This is I'm gonna say his name wrong. Polititraits. Polititraits. I've watched him before in the past. He's a very small channel. He does videos here and there. I am not endorsing this channel. I have watched this channel a few times. I have complicated feelings about this channel. Okay? I'm going to link this because I watched this channel. I watched this video specifically, so I will be linking this video as part of everything that's going on here. This is not an endorsement, but I'm also not going to be like, oh God, don't go watch this channel. I'm not doing that. But since I did use this video, I am going to link it. You can make your own decisions about his channel if you go see it. And if you look through his video catalog, you will see why I say I have a complicated view of this channel. So, you know, there you have it. If you like his channel, you like his channel. If you don't like his channel, you don't like his channel. If you have no opinion, one way or the other, that is perfectly fine as well. All right. I am linking this video because I used it in this video. There you have it. But this is only a 3-minute video, so I do want to watch it because, again, this is how I became aware of the situation, and I did not know anybody else was going to even be talking about it because I wasn't entirely sure how accurate this was because it came out so much earlier than everybody else's. This video came out 13 days ago, which would be March the 4th, today being March the 17th. Now, I'm not saying this is the first video to come out on this. It's just the first one I saw. So, and then everyone else started making videos. Like now all of the big channels have made a video about Jaebae and these issues. I've even seen copies of the Jaebae's arrest record for the charges and things like that, through channels that do not have the word farm in them. So things have been verified for me, right? So I don't have a problem using this video either. And I guess that's all I really need to say about that. But we are going to watch this real fast. It's only a 3-minute video, so I'm not going to speed it up too much. Again, apologies for completely butchering the name of this channel. I'm not trying to be like that. So, and as you can see, it is an incredibly small channel. He's only got 362 subscribers. So, you know, I am not... If you can't go to this channel and not say something nice, do not go to this channel. Let me put it that way. If you can't be nice, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. End of discussion. All right, anyway, let's get this watched. I might speed it up. It says Jalen suffered from a sepsis infection around January 2025, which is where the spiral begins. And this video that's being shown inside the video right now, I believe is the same video that Jaebae has up on their Instagram with different music. I believe that one's, I knew this one. Anyway, it's copywritten, so we're not going to be playing that. I can't imagine getting sepsis. It says she releases this quote, pity me video sometime in January, but now appears to have been deleted. I think it's still up. All right, if I go to Instagram and I'm on Jaebae Productions, it's Lady Gaga till it happens to you. Thank you. I like Lady Gaga. The video is still up on the Jaebae Productions. It is from February 22nd, though. So if Polititraits is saying that this went up in January, and this is from February 22nd, it is entirely possible that it got taken down and then put back up again. Because at the very end of this video, there's a cry to go support Jaebae's journey to healing and safety. And it's organized by Jalen Cheney, and the goal is $1,000. And we'll look at that when we're done here. Because it's the same video here. The infection was likely a result of overall poor health due to morbid obesity, with a possible cause being cellulitis. This is his words, right? I'm just reading his video. And I know it's a guy because I've watched his videos before. Sepsis can cause delirium, hallucinations, paranoia, and other side effects that may persist after the infection is cleared. Her most recent breakdown may be the result. Again, his words. Okay, and this is showing the GoFundMe page. It says, trapped in a nightmare, disabled woman's fight for life. It's got a picture of Jaebae in the hospital. It's the same picture that's used at the end of the video on Jaebae's Instagram that we will look at later. This one's asking for... What is the goal? 16K? Okay, this one's asking for 16K as its goal, and it's got 1,140 raised. Right, so this says on February 22nd, she created this GoFundMe page. That's interesting. In the description, she talked about her recent breakup and claimed to be the victim of DV and emotional abuse. Look, YouTube, we need to talk about what I can and can't say on the internet. It's no longer you can't say that on television. It's you can't say that on YouTube. And if green slime gets involved, I'm going to be a little irritated because, of my understanding, that crap was hard to wash out. Anyway, it's interesting that he's saying that this went live on the 22nd of February because the posting date on Jaebae Productions for the video that he just showed, which he said went up in early January, the posting date for that was February, and it said the goal was only 1,000. This says the goal is 16K. No, it's 16K. I'm not that blind. Now, this is the actual GoFundMe page. The little clip at the back of that video is just like a little card. We'll look at it later so you guys can see what I'm saying, but that's interesting. This is, I think, from the GoFundMe page. Thank you for taking time to read my story. I need you to know the harsh truth behind everything you see. For far too long, I've been forced to hide my pain, bury secrets that nearly cost me my life. I almost died from sepsis. In the moment of desperate clarity, I realized how fragile life truly is, and it's nothing short of a miracle that I'm here today. These girls, they always have such dramatic lives. I'm not knocking sepsis. I know it's very deadly, but it's just like, they just have such dramatic lives. By surviving sepsis, but surviving sepsis was only the beginning of my battle. For over a year and even longer in some ways, I've been fighting relentless trauma, isolation, and abuse. I was trapped in a controlling, abusive relationship that drained every part of me, leaving scars that run deep, both physically and emotionally. I was forced to mask my suffering while the public only saw fragments of life I no longer recognize as my own. After a harrowing hospital stay, I was discharged and placed in a hotel, a temporary refuge that barely shields me from the chaos behind closed doors. At 28, wow, she's 28. Wow, she's so young. These girls are all so young. I mean, even Anna is to some degree, right? I joke that she and I are relatively close in age, and we are, but she is still younger than I am. At 28, as a disabled person with no financial safety net and virtually no family to turn to, I now face the impossible task of rebuilding my shattered life. Every day is a struggle to reclaim my voice, to heal physically, mentally, and emotionally, and to piece together a future that feels safe and hopeful. Look, I will say this much. She writes so much better than Anna. Usually with Anna, I'm stumbling over shit, partially because, like, I'm dyslexic, and the other part is Anna's writing is just something else. This is actually pretty well written. I just can't read. I share all of this not for pity, really, but to be brutally honest about the cost of my journey, and to ask for your help during this critical moment. Your support, whether through donations, shares, or words of encouragement, will help me secure short-term housing, cover essential needs, and obtain the legal guidance I urgently require to hold those responsible for my abuse accountable. Okay, look, can we... Maybe I will speed this up a little bit. I didn't realize that. I forgot that this doesn't have any... Oh, he talks in it somewhere. I shouldn't be dancing to this. This is supposed to be somber. If you're willing to hear more, I'm ready to share the specifics of the terror and betrayal I've endured. Details that are as raw as they are painful. If you reach out to me privately, I refuse to let the darkness that's haunted me remain hidden any longer. Every single bit of support matters. Every dollar, every kind word, every share of my story is a step towards reclaiming my life and shining a light on the injustices that I and countless others have suffered in silence. Thank you for standing by me in this battle. I promise that as I heal, I will continue to fight, not just for my own future, but for every voice that has been silenced by abuse and neglect. Together, we can build a community of unwavering strength, hope, and justice. With all my gratitude and determination, Jay. Amber Lynn, Jay Lynn. Jalen would soon share this message to Instagram. Jake, her ex, and his family are known to have provided for her, and she is now claiming that they are all Adbusters. This is what I see when I see that. Message. I am sorry you are going through a breakup. Let me set something straight. Ken and I don't know who that is. I'm guessing these are Jake's parents. Ken and I welcomed you into our family, gave you a home to live in, even though it was very difficult for us. Our family has given you food and money on many occasions. You have never been abused. Jake worked hard to support you through your illness with no expectations in return. He loved you. Breakups are hard on both parties, but to put the blame all on one side and take no responsibility is not the way adults behave. Please take care and good luck with everything, Penny. I wonder where that message... Oh, is that message on her... I wonder, can I find a link? There's no description to the video. I wonder if I can find a link to the GoFundMe. You're kind of watching me do a little bit of real life investigations. Where's Orko when I need him? Jake likes this comment on a TikTok he made in regards to the breakup. Someone named Nancy. I think Jay falsely accused him of DV, physical and emotional. Then went off the rails, calling 911 and saying she feared for her life because of him and his family. From what I gather, she's off. And that's what Jake liked on TikTok. Oh, off the rails and quite possibly bipolar. We don't know. This is just what the comment's saying. She was complaining about the police department online. So not smart. Demanding rides from the PD to the courthouse, etc. She keeps saying it's all going to... Cuts off.
I did not want to have to do this. I've tried.
It says she makes this video claiming that she has called the police on her, quote, adbuster, and that her life was in danger. So, in danger, ... As if she was doing great at 500 pounds before. Look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she's 900 pounds. Okay, look.
To figure out what I was meant to do. And today something happened that I cannot allow to happen to anybody else.
This incident may relate to one of the 6 charges she picked up.
You know my abuser?
She looks really different in this video than she does in any of her other videos, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know what's going to happen from here.
Yeah.
But the police are on their way. They're 15 minutes out. I will let you know when I can what happens, okay? But I need you guys to know I'm safe. And there's lots of things you will learn. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for giving me the courage and the strength to do this. But most of all, I have to thank God, because I would not be alive had today not played out the way it did. You will understand one day, I promise. But for now, I'm going to be gone, and I don't know how long I'm going to be gone. But please know that I am safe.
A supporter sends in this message, which she then puts on her Instagram story, showing that people are noticing a shift in her behavior. A supporter sends in this message, which she then puts on her Instagram story. Hey boo, I see you are going through it. I'm sending you a big hug and asking you to put the phone down. You are sharing too much. I know you don't want to feel like you're... I know you don't want to feel like you're going through stuff alone, but you are. All right, well, all right then. We are not your friends. We are not your doctors. We are not your therapists. That's life. When poop hits the fan, we realize that the only one that will take care of us is us. I know we are not super close, but as someone in the community with you, as someone that has been through a lot, everything is not for public consumption, especially while you are in it. Some stuff could be just text like, is anyone available in X area on X day? But watching your stories, it looks like you're spiraling. Please put your phone down. I love you. You know, Amber could probably benefit from some people sending her that message too. These vitriolic DMs are shared to Reddit by the target's sister, Miss Body Positive, over here shaming someone's appearance. Look. These DMs are shared to Reddit by the target's sister? Who the hell is this for accidentally liking a comment? I have reported your page and story about me for harassment. I guess, to which Jaebae says, good, winky face, get those eyebrows under control. Stand on your BS. You want to be big and bad. Stand on it, you coward. Pathetic, B-word, go cry, finger stuck up. I don't know what the hell happened. That's the problem with these. You don't know what's going on. Hope you get fired once I find you on LinkedIn. Effed with the wrong one. I didn't even comment on your page, so why are you even being so out of pocket right now? Winky face, the public will decide. Is winky face not mean what I think it means? Is winky face become a thing and I should probably stop using it? Accidentally scrolling and liking things. Toodaloo, peace, and you do all this. Peace sign. No wonder someone called you dramatic, because this is too much. Hopefully you get your GoFundMe fully funded and you can go on your something in peace of your peace instead of concerning yourself. Words I can't read because stupid pause screen is in the way. Within 6 days of starting the GoFundMe, hate YouTube and this fucking thing. Within 6 days of starting the GoFundMe and claiming DV, she is arrested on 6 counts. I have seen another shot of this from another individual verifying that this is indeed the public record. So, and it did not come off the farms. I'm sure it is on the farms, don't get me wrong. But this is apparently the arrest record, or at least the public records for this. I think they all have to be. I don't know. Anyway, it does have, I think, 6 charges on it. One of which is resisting arrest. Another one is misuse of the emergency system. I forget what the other ones are. They're all pretty much, they're all a bunch of little petty ones, and they all just kind of add up to, you're annoying, knock it off. Ow, the bond's 2,000. 25K. Yikes. So it looks like she was arrested at 420. Sorry, I'm still 5. Arrested at 4:20 on February 28th, 2025. Okay, here we go. So the 6 charges are misuse of 911, interference with healthcare facility, resisting arrest, obstruction of law enforcement, criminal trespass, and assault in the 3rd degree. I believe that's what that means. Felony assault, 3 misdemeanors, and 2 gross misdemeanors. How does a 500-pound woman resist arrest? Simple. She sits down and doesn't move. Resisting arrest just means you refuse to go along with the arrest. We need the body cam footage. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't love Polititraits. This channel is because, like, you almost get it, and then you're mean for no point, for no reason. Like, you don't need these stupid low blows here. Like, you don't need this bullshit. This is unnecessary. You have something good here. Like, you have good information. You clearly have done the research. You obviously have the information, but then you do this shit, and it just kind of, like, devalues it, and it's unnecessary. Like, we don't need to make fun of Jaebae for being 500 pounds. We don't need to make fun of Jaebae for anything. Obviously, Jaebae's going to take care of that on her own. We don't need to do this. This is unnecessary. Anyway. But so there you go, if you wanted to see what the charges were. Could the misuse of the 911 system charge come from her phone call in the police in the last clip? Possibly. We don't know. But we don't know. We didn't either. What the hell happened? We don't know. Stay tuned for more updates as the situation unfolds. If we're lucky, we might get a why jail cells are fat phobic video or a commissary fundraiser. Now, see, I think it personally would be funny. That's funny. Why jail cells are fat phobic. Considering all of the other videos she's done. So, yeah. Is that the end of that? Yeah, okay. So, this is where I found out about what was going on. And like I said, I got it verified outside of this video. Y'all have sent me things or have at least asked me about it. I have a community tab, supposedly, where you guys can ask me questions on my YouTube page. I have yet to figure out how I can respond to those. YouTube. Anyway. Like one of you asked me if I could play Choosy with my slimes. I'd love to respond to that, because it's a funny question. Someday I'll figure it out. I am going to go check his page real quick and see if he's made another video about it. So, I mean, as you can see, he's made videos on Anna. He's made some videos on Amber. Amber. And just some other things, too. So, there you have that. I will be linking this particular video because, like I said, we just watched it. So, there's that. Obviously, everybody and their brother has now made a video about it. I have not watched all of these yet. I will probably go and watch Fit and Full Fat just because I like their videos. I will probably watch Michelle McDaniel's. I don't know who RKH Media is. I don't know. I'll probably sit here and actually watch most of these and go over them with you guys. I'll definitely be watching The Cynical Dude. Let's be real. But these were the ones that popped up first when I typed this in. I am not entirely sure exactly what you guys want from me here. As far as Jaebae being arrested, I don't know exactly what's going on. As far as Jaebae, I will fall back on Sam at Every Size speculation from, oh God, a year ago at this point, I think. Sam speculated back when Jaebae was doing her hotel rooms need to be widened and they need to be more fat-friendly crap. Jaebae was doing that. Sam at Every Size noticed that Jaebae had 3 separate accounts and that those 3 accounts all commented on each other. So basically Jaebae, and they're all Jaebae something. So they're all obviously Jaebae's account, right? But Jaebae was using her accounts to comment on her other accounts, creating engagement through through her other accounts. And so Sam at Every Size speculated that Jaebae might have a degree or some background in social media engagement or something like that, and was trying to create a social media presence, and basically kind of due to Jaebae was trying to maybe become the next Glitter and Lasers as a travel vlogger, you know? The problem is, whenever Jaebae did content that wasn't about travel, actually, whenever Jaebae does content that isn't about her fat liberation sensational shit, or her plus size travel petition, she gets very few views. We can kind of look at it here on her page. This is Jaebae Official on YouTube. You know, she's got her plus size travel petition. It's got 22K views. She's got, well, okay, no, I mean, her plus size fashion's got 45K, but she's got her beauty flip haul. It's only got 32. Her makeup only has got 2.4. Southwest Airlines customer of size policy, that's got 19K. Her oxygen one, that's got 26K. Swimsuit's got 22K. So it's her videos are pretty hit and miss, honestly. But mostly when she starts talking about her everyday life, and it looks like a lot of the fat liberation stuff, just the day-to-day fat liberation stuff, like the support my GoFundMe fighting for fat equality and representation. That's only 2 months old. That's got 3.1K views. It's only a minute long as well. Fat Liberation 2025, that's only got 1.5K views. That's 2 months old. The Who is Jaebae video, it's only 55 seconds, but it's got 1K views. You know, her videos are very short from 2 months ago. It looks like she was trying to come back from a year ago, and it just wasn't working for her. So it's easy to say something happened in January, because that would have been roughly 2 months ago. So something at the beginning of 2025 made her decide to come back. That's around the time we started seeing her protesting the airports, because is that when the lady wouldn't wheel her up or down the tarmac? Is that what that's called? Anyway, she requested assistance getting on and off the airplane, because she's too big to walk. She's 500 pounds, I guess, or somewhere around there. And she had requested a wheelchair to help her get on and off the plane. And according to Jaebae, I don't know how much of this I believe, but according to Jaebae, the woman who was supposed to assist her saw Jaebae walking towards her, realized that that was who she was supposed to be assisting, and basically turned around with the chair and basically ran away from Jaebae with the chair. I don't know how much of that I actually believe, but according to Jaebae, that's what happened. And I feel like that was roughly around the first of the year, late December, early January. And that's when she started doing these like protests by herself. And I think she had a friend at one point who would stand in the airport with her holding up signs, basically saying the airport was fat phobic. Let's go over to her TikTok real fast. Ugh. Up, snap, crack. No, this is the Instagram. Bum, bum, bum. All right, this is her Instagram page. So this is the video I was talking about, and you can see the little green clip card here. That's basically the end page. The video is exactly the same as in the YouTube video we watched, but this is the end of it, and it says 1,000 to the goal. Gotcha. Reading's a skill. That video was posted on February 22nd, right? So that's that. Which is when he was saying the GoFundMe went live. So she posted that video in January, then took it down and then reposted it in February with a GoFundMe attached to it. So that's interesting, I think. But this is one of the protests that Jaebae was, one of the protests that Jaebae was holding, because the airport wouldn't give her a wheelchair or something. I don't know. Yarda yarda. There was another one. Where is it? Is this the... Yeah, I think this is the other one where she was like protesting. My body is not the problem. The system is. Let's see. What is she saying? When you're screaming, but they only hear you whisper something. I don't know what this is about. Comments on this post have been limited. Cool. But anyway, these are, and I know that these are what's happening here because I watched the Cynical Dude who covered these, but Now, what's this GoFundMe for? Gosh, she uses GoFundMe a lot, doesn't she? She does view herself as a fat activist. I don't need to see that. She, I think, was trying at one point to be like a model of some variety. She's very clearly trying to develop herself as a fat icon, clearly. And she's definitely trying to sell a lifestyle, right? She's traveling places, she's showing herself in these idealistic settings, she's advertising. Well, here we go. For brands and creators alike, I'm thrilled to announce the launching of my new counseling business, socializing social media strategies and influencer marketing. Whether you're a brand looking to elevate your digital presence with expert social media strategy development, or if you're a content creator or influencer or aspiring to be one, looking for a blah, 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 blah. Okay, so she is a social media consultant, which means she does have some kind of background in social media marketing. There we go, words. Okay. I guess knowing that now, going back to what Sam was saying, so Jaebae does have a background in social media marketing. She at one point was trying to be a social media consultant for other people looking for that particular service. Having those 3 accounts, chit-chatting with her other accounts, she was trying to drive up interaction with her accounts. She is clearly trying to, or was up to recently, definitely trying to build a image of herself as a fashionista, travel, fat liberation vlogger kind of a personality. She definitely does the whole like fat is sexy, fat is healthy, even though she's the one who had to breathe oxygen because she was effectively crushing her own lungs. I do like this dress though. I think it's cute. Yeah, but beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, kind of a thing. I think she's got a couple different like fat physical classes. I think there's one where she's boxing, another one where she's doing a couple other things. I don't need to see. Don't need to see that. But she used to give a lot of like traveling advice. Definitely into the fashion photo shoots. I know she did a bunch of different photo shoots with a bunch of different companies. She was at FatCon in Seattle, Washington last year. Did she come to Philadelphia? I know we had one in Philly. If we have another one and the cynical dude threatens to show up again, I may have to go and search for his bald ass head. I am assuming we will be the 2 skinniest people there.
When are we going to start referring to me as a person of hairy lip?
So rude. So rude. Anyway, I will find him. And we will greet each other awkwardly and probably move on with life. I will get his signature on a piece of paper with a mustache. You think I'm kidding. Anyway, this is what Jaebae is up until recently. And it looks like about a year ago she went dark. How long ago was this one? February. Okay, we're still going good. Okay, she's protesting the airlines in February. I'll have to go check this again. January. She was going to FatCon in January. Is she in Seattle, Washington? There was the other protest. That's reused footage. Phobia and pushing for better representation. Okay, that's January 1st. All right. January 1st. Okay, that's the end of 2024. All right, so it looks like she's a lot more active on Instagram than she is on YouTube. So we'll probably come here. I think we've rambled enough at this point. We will come here. The next video we do on her, we will come here to Instagram. We will walk our way through her videos through here. We will pick up with 2024 and we will work our way through, because I think that's the boyfriend that she was kissing there. I would assume that's the boyfriend. We'll pick up with 2024. No, we will pick up with, yeah. We'll pick up with 2025 because that's the year we are currently living in. And we'll work our way through January and February up to whatever the hell's going on right now. And hopefully by then we'll have something. Now, keep this in mind. If things really are this rough, it is completely acceptable for Jaebae to put the phone down and step away and work her life out offline. It's probably the best thing, to be perfectly honest. As same thing I said to Rosie when Rosie said she was stepping away. To be perfectly frank, work this shit out offline. The internet is not a safe space. End of discussion. Right? So if that's what's going on, more power to you. But we will definitely look at January and we will definitely look at February. And it looks like she goes quiet around February 22nd as far as Instagram. I will see what else I can find by looking at the other videos and asking my deep mole, the person I know who finds this information out for me, and see if we can find anything out. But I mean, if she's incarcerated right now, it might be a minute, knowing our justice system. So there's that. But I seem to recall half listening to Fit and Full Fat's video on this, and there was something interesting about the concert she was supposed to go to. There was an interesting kerfluffle there. But anyway, what I'm saying is I think there's enough interesting things to talk about leading up to this. I don't have anything really to say about the DV and the arrest records and any of that because I don't know enough about it. It's a little messy and I don't have a reason to address it. I don't particularly think Jaebae's, it's not like it's Amber. And even if it was Amber, I don't even know if I would cover this kind of crap if it was Amber. I would certainly make mention of it, but I don't know if I would like gleefully cover it just because it's a little outside of my comfort zone, I guess is where I'm trying to put it. But people have asked. I've been wanting to do something about Jaebae. I didn't expect this twist. I was just expecting more of this shit. But we will back up to 2025. We'll start off in January. We'll do 2025 because there's only a month and a half. We'll back up from there and maybe go to the beginning of 2024 and work our way forward. And just kind of like examine the life that was Jaebae on the internet. And maybe by the time we get done with that, we'll know a little bit more about what's going on with this disaster that is Jaebae and the police. I'm not interested. I just don't know enough to really comment. So there's that. Is it because of the sepsis? I don't know. I don't feel comfortable commenting on it. And to be perfectly frank, that guy who made the video doesn't know either. He's just speculating. So that guy's not a doctor either, as far as I'm aware. So there's that. All right. I know I've been a little all over the place with this, but that's just because I didn't know a lot going into this. I know a little bit more. I am curious about Jaebae. I know where I want to start now. You guys let me know in the comments down below what particularly you want me to focus on, if anything, because otherwise I really am just going to focus on this Instagram channel back it up. I'm going to look at some channels. I'm going to relook at Sam at Every Sizes because I think she's done 2 or 3 videos now on Jaebae. I know Cynical Dude's done a couple on Jaebae, but his are mostly just to kind of like look at how ridiculous Jaebae is. I know Fit and Full Fat has done a nice breakdown of Jaebae. We'll be looking at that. As much as I love Michelle, I don't know if her video will be particularly helpful. I'll look at it, but I'm not entirely sure it'll be particularly helpful, but we'll definitely look at it. Who was the other person who popped up? Anyway, there was another channel that popped up. We'll look at that and evaluate that one as well. But that'll be our research, and we'll go off of that. So there's all of that. And like I said, we'll keep an eye on this developing situation, because in all fairness, if Jaebae really did get arrested on 6 counts, it's entirely possible Jaebae's still in wherever the fuck she got thrown for her arrest, because that's how this crap works. So she could potentially be in there a while, which might be good for her. She'll get medical care as needed. She might lose some weight. I hate to be like that, but you never know. Might be good for her. So there's that. Yeah, so if you have made it to this far in the video, go ahead and leave a pretty dress. Leave a pretty dress down in the comments section. Let's keep this happy-ish. So go ahead and leave a pretty dress as your emoji. I think there's 1 or 2 dresses as emojis down in the comments section down below. Let me know what you guys think. I will be keeping up with the Jaebae incarceration stuff. So I know that's one direction we will be going, but if there's any other directions you want me to look, let me know. And otherwise, we will be looking at this particular Instagram account. We will be going back over videos that I have already watched in the past, and we will be looking at some videos that I am aware of going forward. But if there's anything in particular you think I might need to look at as well, let me know. And I think that's all I've got for this. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. If you're particularly interested in my take on Jaebae, you might want to subscribe now. And yeah, I have memberships if you are interested. And memberships usually get you access to videos beforehand, like roughly 12 to 24 hours beforehand. And that's all I've got for you guys. So until the next one, I will see everybody later. Bye.
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.